Yeah, me too.
She
I'm not,
reminded Peggy to record. Peggy forgot to record this.
Oh,
Bobby was reminding me to hit the record button, and I am grateful because I don't remember to do it.
okay.
Okay, thank you, Bobby. Okay, so we're good?
Peggy, is there
Yeah.
someone to change the description of one of those favorites up there
Sure.
to shorten it?
I'm sorry, hun?
I just want to shorten it so I can
Yep.
get more up.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. All you have to do, hey, Ursula. Hi, Ursula.
Hi, Peggy. I have the calendar on top of the screen.
Yes, because I'm sharing my screen, maybe.
Oh, it's not my iPod. It's okay.
It's my screen.
Thank you, Peggy. And
That's
I'm a
all
little late. That book club, they were yapping forever.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, knock it off.
Who are you talking about?
Okay, hang on. So here's what I'm going to show you. Let's say, let me pick something else. Like, let me pick charm, just for the sake of argument. Okay. So here I am at charm.
Yeah.
Okay. And I want to put this on my task bar, my bookmarks bar. I'm
Yes.
sorry, I used the wrong bar word.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do this. Okay.
Yeah.
Bookmark this tab, right? So when I do that, look, the first thing it gives me is the name outlined in blue.
Yeah.
So I don't want all that live thrive stuff. I just want charm.
Yeah, okay.
So I've
Can you
changed
Something that's already up there, though.
Okay, that's good. So all I have to do is, give me a minute, trying to do too many things at once.
Yeah.
So the best way, once you already have something bookmarked,
Yeah.
you have in Chrome a bookmark manager. That's why you have it. So use your bookmark manager. Here it is.
Oh,
Ta-da. So here's my bookmarks bar. These are all the things. So
Yeah.
let's say I want to change the name of this.
yes.
Okay.
I go to the three dots right here.
Ah,
I click edit and I say mindfulness jar.
Okay.
There.
And look at that. It shortens it all up.
yeah.
But that's one way of getting more up on your
It is.
bar. Okay.
So you've got two things to remember. When you first bookmark something, don't just accept the default name they give you.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be long based on the URL.
Mhm.
Okay.
If you change it then when you put it up there, it'll be shorter.
Yeah.
When you've already put it up there, your only option is to use the tool that Chrome gives you, which is your bookmark manager. It's up here. You go to bookmarks, you go to bookmark manager.
Okay.
Can you see that? Can you guys
Yep.
all see that, or is it hidden by you?
How about Edge?
I'll do that next. So you go here, bookmarks, bookmark manager, and you're here and you can change anything you want. And anytime
Fantastic.
you can't find a menu,
Yeah.
remember to look for the three dots or three lines, the hamburger menu or the dot menu.
Right.
Okay, in Edge,
Yeah.
wait, where am I? I hate it because I never know exactly where I am. So give me a minute. I'm starting over.
Oh, you make me feel so much better. I never know where I am.
Oh, okay.
And I think you know everything, Peggy.
Yeah, well,
so-
there you go. That tells you I don't. So now we're even. All right. So
Now
now,
we're in Ireland.
now I'm going to open Edge. Okay, now, So here's something I just learned, actually. Maybe it does it in Chrome too. Give me a minute. Yep. So you don't have to go to the bookmark manager. I lied.
Hmm.
You all think that everybody know that we all know all this in our heads all the time. I don't know everything or remember everything always. So this is Chrome. If I want to edit one of these, Beth, I put my cursor here and I right click.
Okay.
And I do edit and it lets me edit it.
Ah,
So, good. That's easier.
It is much easier.
Yeah.
In Edge, Paul,
yeah.
if I want to change this 15 ways to spread happiness and kindness around you, I right click and pick edit.
Huh.
And you can shorten it.
It
Yeah.
is short.
Just shorten
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Boy, that's easy. Yeah, thanks, Peg. That's a big help.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad I paid attention to that. Now, you'll notice, because some of you have asked me about your Google accounts, you'll notice here it says not syncing. And that's because I'm in Edge and I'm not signed in to my Microsoft account because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Okay. If I'm in Chrome, I am syncing, which is why you see the cute little face.
Mhm.
And you can see my picture, which means I'm signed in to my Google account.
Oh,
Peggy,
If-
while you're on
Hang
this,
on, Tony. If
Go ahead.
you log into Gmail, you are signed into your Google account. Gmail is your Google account. So here I am, my cute little picture. Okay. And it says, this is my Google account. All right. Are you with me on that, Mary?
Uh-huh. I'm watching.
Anytime you don't see your picture here, or it says not syncing or some other weird thing, you want to click it and sign in. Now, this is why Paul hates Chrome, because he thinks he's being watched.
I am.
And this is
Ah.
why Peggy loves Chrome, because it helps me keep track of things and I don't lose them that way.
Ah.
Ah, Tony.
yeah, now you see below the search Google or type URL. Now, all those icons right there, what's the difference between putting it there and putting it in that upper line?
You
Right
you don't put it there. What that is a reflection of your most recent visits. I
Oh,
didn't put these here.
okay, all right, so it fills it up automatically.
Yeah, it's just the last place I was.
I don't have as many. I think you got 10 of them. I think I got about 8 of them on there for some.
oh,
Because
poor you.
I'm busier than you are.
Okay,
You
Okay,
gotta sue.
so now I want to talk about File Explorer. Are you ready? Now, Ursula,
Yes,
on your Chromebook, every time I talk about Chrome, you have that exact same thing.
yes.
When I talk about Windows 10 stuff like
I don't have it.
you don't have File Explorer, that's true. But hang on a minute.
Hmm?
Because I looked this up after the last class and I wanted to tell you,
I
You have-
appreciate that.
you have a launcher button in the bottom left corner. All the apps window appear, do the up, and you have a Files app. Okay, and I'm
Okay,
gonna send you this article
okay,
because it gives you some information about how to manage files when you're working with a Chromebook instead of a Windows 10.
I appreciate that.
Okay, it's not all that different. It's just in a different place. Okay,
Okay,
so I'm going to bookmark this so I don't forget it, and I will send it to you.
On the email or how do you
I'll
send it?
email it to you, babe.
Okay,
Okay? I just wanted to let you know, all right?
appreciate that very much.
When we talk about the browser kinds of issues, it's really very similar, all right? And even when we go to File Explorer, while yours will look a little different, it is very similar. Okay? So here I am. Does this look familiar? I know you're all tired because it's been a long day, hasn't it?
Long day is right, huh?
All right.
Yeah.
So here's the reality of File Explorer.
Yeah.
The reason I am impressed with this is because they've built into the ribbon. Okay, let me just say a couple, because I'm using terms I haven't defined.
No.
In any Microsoft program, this bar up here, this gray section right underneath your main menu,
Right.
is called a ribbon. You have
Okay.
it. You have it in, I don't want to show you these things. So let's do a new, all right, here. I'll do it this way.
Yeah, there's Word or,
Okay, so in Microsoft Word, your ribbon is extensive. Now remember, I'm talking current, not old. So if you have a 2014 or a 2011 or a 2012 version of Office, you're not going to see this. Okay, so you got to get past the old school. But now what you get with Microsoft Office, all of their programs, whether you do the subscription version of Office 365, or whether you actually go and purchase a computer resident version, like if I went and bought Microsoft Word and saved it onto my computer, that's called a computer resident version of the software. That's one thing you can do. It's much more expensive. You can do a subscription version and you get Office 365 for so much per month. Of course, you have to pay it ad nauseum, but you get the whole suite. Okay, is this
I've got a
making
free
sense?
version.
There is no free version of Microsoft Office. What you may have is an old version. What you also can get is something called
Libre.
Mimi, the free one.
Libre. Libra, something like that.
No. Libra is where you can get books.
Mimi.
Open Office, I got it. Open Office
Okay, yeah, that's what it
is
is.
a free version that is similar to the older Microsoft Office, okay? But there are some issues these days with compatibility between versions. So if you're using Open Office and you send something to someone and they're in regular Office, they can't open it. So this ribbon is huge. I mean, if you look at it, you have huge amounts of information right in that ribbon, right?
Yep.
The same thing if I go to the next, this is the insert ribbon, for God's sake. This is the design ribbon, the layout ribbon. So
Where's the delete button?
in the home,
Oh,
delete what?
I was trying to delete files in Windows and I
No,
couldn't.
different
delete.
thing, Mimi, different thing.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
in a software, I'm in Word at the moment because I'm
Okay.
talking about ribbons, okay? So
Mhm.
let me explain why I took you here, okay? Shit, I just closed my document I was working on for the board meeting. Okay, so, oh well. So the reason I care, the reason I wanted to talk about ribbons is because in File Explorer, they give you a ribbon. And that's a big deal because this ribbon gives you all kinds of options that you don't have to spend all your time looking for. So in the View menu ribbon, I can change the size of my icons.
Ooh,
I can move them to large, extra large, medium, small. I can make it a list. I can make it a list with details, meaning it tells me how big and small everything is. I can make it tiles. I can go to content. I have all those choices. Now let me go down here to documents, Paul's favorite place.
Yeah,
Okay.
lost and found department, right, Paul?
never found, always lost.
Okay, so I want to talk in File Explorer. I want to talk first about what's on the left side. All right. And if you have questions, guys, just shout out because I have a hard time when I'm showing my screen. I have a harder time seeing you.
Okay, how did you get to that window?
Okay, I'll show you. So what I said was I want to show you File Explorer. So I went and opened it.
And where did you find it to open it?
Yeah, see, you
Okay.
went kind of fast, Peggy.
It was the
Well,
window.
I didn't remind you of this because we had talked about it and I didn't think I needed to, but I do. Anytime you want to open any program, Mary, you have three places you can go to get it. You may have an icon on your desktop. You don't happen to for File Explorer, but I do for Word. Dropbox. I have an icon on my desktop for some things. I can go to the Windows Start button, okay, and I can find it there.
All right,
Or, hang on one second. I know where you're headed. Give me 1 second. Or for me, I have put File Explorer is the default position is on your taskbar.
yeah.
When you first buy a Windows computer, they put File Explorer right there on your taskbar.
Yep.
Because they want you to use it.
Yeah.
So it's right there, typically next to, I think it's next to Alexa, isn't it? Or whatever that name is of that
Mine
thing.
looks like a file, right?
It should look like a file holder that sits on your desk.
Yeah, yellow file.
Right.
And when I hit that, mine takes me directly to File Explorer, but my window did not look like yours.
Okay.
I think I found it by going into the Windows thing and right clicking.
What Windows thing, Bobby?
The start, I guess it is. The little start thing.
Well,
Yeah,
you can't.
That thing. Only I right clicked it instead of left clicking.
If you write, this is another one of those lovely Windows tricks that they love to offer you that I love and hate at the same time because it frequently confuses you. But if you go to the start button with your cursor and you right click it, you're going to get a different menu. And that menu shows you things you often would use, and File Explorer is one of them.
Right.
Okay, but Windows has already put File Explorer on your taskbar. Now,
Yeah.
Mary, if yours doesn't look like this, I want you to open it and I want you to click on the View ribbon. Do you see it says computer, mine says File, Computer, View.
At the top?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I see the view. Okay, let me do the,
I
Click on-
want you to click on the View
all right.
because this is what controls how yours looks. So if I were to include expand to open folder, or I don't ever do that. So I can have a preview pane. Do you see what I'm doing here?
Yeah.
So if I click that, now I get this extra little preview pane over here. I can have a details pane so that when I click on something, I'm going to go to documents because I think it's easier to see things there. So
Let's see. I don't have that long list on the left like you do. I have quick access,
Yeah.
Dropbox, OneDrive, this PC, and network.
okay, so that's exactly what I was getting ready to go to right now. All right. In every Windows window, do you see these silly little arrows on the side here?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's like an outline arrow. Everything in Windows, if you can start to think about Windows as being organized like an outline, you have
I don't
Roman
have-
numeral 1, little a, little b. If I click the arrow next to this PC, it shows me everything on this PC.
Oh,
I don't have that arrow.
Yes, you do. I swear to you, you do.
mm-mm.
All right, let me hear you swear, Peggy.
They just came up when I ran my cursor down the side.
Okay, good. Because I know you do. I know it's there. And when you click it, it may be hard to see, but I know it's there. It gives you everything on your computer.
Huh.
What clicking on?
I want you to go to documents because it's just easy to work with.
There.
So-
Okay,
so-
so now here's what I want to talk about. On the left-hand side, if you think about the file cabinet concept we were talking about when we first got into File Explorer, you really need to think about the left-hand side is actually the cabinet itself. These
Okay.
are the drawers.
Okay,
Okay, so you got this big steel file cabinet and desktop is a drawer. And when I pull out desktop, these are all the things that are on my desktop. It's like what I did by clicking on the left was I opened the file drawer. And I don't care, Ursula, on a Chromebook, if you're on any file management tool is going to work like this. So when I click over here on the left, I open the file drawer, and on the right is where it shows me what's in there.
huh?
So if I click on documents,
Yeah,
these are all the folders because I have a lot of folders in my documents.
yeah,
Okay. And these are all the folders.
yeah.
Okay. So if I go and I say, you know, there's another drawer here, and I click on my little arrow again, look at that. Now these are all the folders that are in there, right, on the left. And if I click on Adobe, here's what's in that file cabinet drawer. So again, it's a file cabinet on one hand and an outline on the other, because I'm opening the drawer, but in many instances, there's more than one drawer. So here's documents, right? And it's all part of this PC. That's where it is, right? Are you with me?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Okay, I just needed you to give me some indication that I hadn't lost you. If I use the little arrow on the left, it shows me over here on the left side all the folders.
Yeah.
If I click on any of those, on the right-hand side, it shows me everything in that folder.
Oh.
So what if you want to delete some in the folder? Where's the delete button? I spent
Okay.
an hour
All right.
looking for it.
Let's talk a minute about what is in the ribbons, okay? So here I am in documents, and I'm going to go, where do I want to go that's safe? All right, I'm going to go to documents down here. Just pretend I'm in my computer, okay?
Mhm.
All right, Yeah, don't do that, Peggy. You're just going to confuse them. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. So here I am in documents. And now here I am in Camtasia Studio. All my documents on this computer are, I don't keep my documents here. So that's why I'm having trouble finding a good, all right, let's talk about my taxes. There we go. That'll make you happy. Okay. So here's a folder, okay, in documents. So in documents, okay, documents, I have another folder inside called taxes. You see it?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on that folder over on the left. So I'm going to open the taxes file drawer. So inside the file drawer, I have some individual pieces of paper, i.e. files, okay? And then I have some other folders in there too. So it's really important when you look at what's on your computer, you know the difference between a file and a folder. And a file is like if I wrote something in Word and then I saved it, it's a file. Like right here, I was talking about this Grace document, okay? This is Grace, all right? It's right here. And it has a W on it. You see it?
Yep.
Word.
It's over here on my desktop for a minute.
Yes.
So now I'm just going to move it here into my taxes, and Grace is what I hope I have when I file my taxes. But here is Grace. It has a W. Let me show you a bigger icon and you can see. All right. So it has a W because that's how it tells me it's a Word document. What do you think these X's are?
That's Excel?
Those are Excel documents.
Yeah.
I know that two ways. One is the X and the other is the extension.
XLS, yeah.
An extension is this teeny tiny, I can't make it bigger, set
After
of
the dot.
initials after the dot.
Can you make that whole page bigger?
I am trying to figure out how to, but I'm not succeeding.
You know, when you watch a photo, when you're looking at a photograph, it'll have JPEG for the most time, JPEG file. And that's in photos, and the XLS is in Excel. That's a spreadsheet program.
That's
Okay.
correct. That is exactly correct. Just give me a second, Mary, and let me.
I can make it bigger by just moving the screen around.
Uh-huh. That's good because you have a touch screen. If I had a touch screen,
Yes.
I could do the
Yeah.
same thing.
Oh,
I
okay.
can too.
Yeah,
That's good. That's called a touch screen, you iPod users.
right. The rest of us have to use a larger magnifying glass.
How about glasses?
I thought I just got the font size bigger. Why didn't it do that?
It's okay. I just realized I'm on an iPad, so I can do that myself.
Yes, you can, but it doesn't help me show you very well what I'm trying to do. So those endings. Oh, you know what I did? I didn't save it. Is that what I did? Apply. Ta-da. Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah, there you go.
That was pretty funny.
Slow system, Peggy. Got to have patience.
It's doing a lot. So extensions, she
Oh,
says,
God.
continuing to talk. Extensions are ways you can know what program was used to create the file. Okay, so now you can see better. Let me just make it So you can see this says PDF. This says XLSX, that's Excel. This says DocX, that's Word. Okay, you're with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, these aren't files, are they? These guys up here.
Those are folders.
Folders.
Correct. And inside folders, there are what?
Files.
Exactly. So if I click one of these, I get more files. Now, whenever in view you choose details, I can know what kind of file it is
Uh-oh.
because
You
it
know-
tells. What's the matter?
One of the things I noticed is that you lost a 2017 Amazon folder and you recovered it the next day.
Amazing, isn't it? Actually, that's not a folder. That's a file.
File, yeah, file.
Okay, I'm getting lost. I've had a very hard
Uh-oh.
night.
Okay, hang on a minute.
Which is the folder? Is that where it says taxes is folder?
Yes.
Okay. Paul, what you need to remember is that they actually show you with pictures. Because if you look right here,
Yeah.
these are folders, right? You can
Okay.
see the little folder.
They
File.
look like folders.
And what's a file then?
A file are these, there's no folders.
Okay.
Documents.
This is a document created in Excel.
But it's still a file?
A good question. A file and a document are the same thing.
Okay, there we go.
When you save a document, okay, like it used to be, you would take your pen and you'd write on a piece of paper, and then you take the piece of paper and you'd put it in a folder. Now what you do is you open Microsoft Word, you start with a blank document, you type from your keyboard, you hit File, Save, and then you pick where you save it, and
Yes.
it is now a document that has turned into a file. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll accept for the pick where you save it. part.
Okay, and we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, but first,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk for a minute about this ribbon, all right? So now we've looked at how you can change what it looks like. So what I want you to do this week is I want you to go in here and play with this. Like, let's say I take away file name extensions. Now you don't see any of those XLS's, do you? Or those
You took away what?
file extensions.
Oh, okay, you took that away. Oh, yeah, I see, okay.
And if I click it, the file extensions are back.
Yeah, all right.
I can group them by date, et cetera,
Yeah.
right? I can change how it looks. I can add a review pane. So now when I click on this, it says, oh, okay. And it can show me a review over here. See? There is this. I can say, well, wait, this is a PDF. Will it show me that? Yep, it shows me the PDF. So this is called a preview pane. I find that to be a pain in the butt. So I don't use it. But you can. I can also use it. Remember I said up here I could do details and it gives me all these details. I can also use a details pane. And then when I click on any individual file, it gives me all this information about it. You see what I mean?
Yeah. You can do that whole area, Peggy.
Okay, so play with this. I don't want to spend any more time here, but play with this. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the home ribbon. So do you see where I am up here? This is your navigation bar.
Okay.
File. Okay, this is where I save stuff. This is where I can do some other things we're not going to get into right now, so don't worry about it. This is my home ribbon. This is where you want to be most of the time.
All right.
Okay, so Mimi,
Where is the delete button?
I'm showing you everything you need all.
See
The things you need the most are gonna be on the home ribbon.
Okay.
The
I
Okay,
big
see
X.
it.
You
I
see
see
it?
a big red X.
that's right. It's amazing
Oh,
how
yeah.
that works. All right. So I'm gonna go down here where things matter less so that I can show you, actually, I say that, but that's not really true either. So we're gonna go back to my taxes. Okay, so let's say that I've decided I don't want this Grace Doc X here. Okay. All right, now I'm not, everything is white, correct? The only thing that's gray is on the left side, and that's just telling me where I am, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are y'all with me on that part?
Yeah.
Okay. If I click on any of these, they're going to turn blue, correct? Like watch.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Highlight
red.
everything in the ribbon.
No,
Just-
No?
It's
That's-
highlighted fraction.
Yeah, you selected that piece of paper in the folder.
thank you, Bobby. It means it's selected. So that file or document is selected. That's why I clicked it. And the
Okay.
minute you select something, your whole ribbon changes. Watch, I'm going to not select it. I'm going to deselect that file. And the way I do that is I take my cursor and I click in the total white space.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yeah.
So now nothing is selected. Look, I can't click any of these things. They're not available to me.
Oh.
I can't copy, I can't paste, I can't cut, I can't move, I can't delete, I can do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
If I go back and I click on the Grace document and I select it, all the things in this ribbon are now available to me.
Uh-huh.
All right.
And there's a delete button.
And yes, there's a big
Yep.
red X that says delete,
There you go.
but I don't want to delete this. I like this saying, that's why I copied it, but I really don't want it in with my taxes.
Okay.
Okay. I would like to move it back to the desktop where it was in the first place.
Where is the desktop?
Where is the desktop, Paul?
Yeah.
Oh,
Where is it?
That's the background.
You know the answer to that. This is the desktop.
Oh, this, I'm falling asleep.
No, you're okay. You're
I'm
good.
sorry.
You're fine. Hang in. I just want to show
Yeah.
you this one thing. So I have several ways to do this, which is one of the issues with Windows, is they give you multiple ways to
Right.
do things. Okay. So I have the option of just clicking and dragging it. So I can click on it, hold my mouse button down and drag it over to my desktop.
You mean left click?
Nope. I
You
do
hold,
not.
hold it down with the left side.
Nope. That
on
is
the
not what
mouse.
I mean.
No.
That is not what I mean. Anytime, and this is an ironclad rule. If I say the word click, it is always the left side.
Yeah.
If I say the word right click, it's always the right side.
Okay.
You can always differentiate between the two. So when I say click, Paul's correct. I mean the left mouse button, but it's always called just click.
Click.
The only time you use a direction is if you're right clicking. Do you understand why I'm going over that so fastidiously? Because I'm
Yes.
not going to say left click ever. Because it always means click, always means left click.
Okay.
Okay? So if I click and drag, I can move it to the desktop. But I don't like you guys using click and drag because you put things in the wrong place, as Paul and I can testify to on Saturday.
Oh, my gosh, you did that, Paul?
Because we lost his folder when I was trying to teach him about click and drag, which I never should have done.
Well, very scary moments.
Yes,
Oh,
I,
wow.
I caused him to go into high anxiety.
Yeah,
So,
lost 3 hairs.
so here's what I want to do. I want to move this, but I don't want to click and drag. So first I highlight it and select it, correct? Because now I don't have any options up here. The only option I have is I can make a new folder. That's it.
All right.
So I have to select it first. Now all my options are back, right?
And you can move it.
These 2 buttons are critical to your life, people. These 2 additions into File Explorer have made everything easier. They didn't used to be here. So I can, you see right here, it says move to.
Yep.
The only thing that's going to move is what I've selected.
All right.
Right.
I go up to move to, and look, it gives me everywhere in the frickin' computer I can think of to move something.
Oh. Well, move it to documents so you'll never see it again.
Or I can
You don't have a
scroll-
lost and found folder, do you, Peggy?
I can scroll down and I can move it to the desktop.
Oh, my.
So we don't have
Uh-oh.
to drag anymore.
No dragging involved here. All I did was use my scroll bar, that thing on the right-hand side, and I just scroll down, or you can use your mouse wheel. All of you have a wheel in the middle of your mouse,
Yeah.
and it typically is a scroll wheel, right? So I can just use it to scroll up and down. So I'm going to put it in the lost and found folder and send it to documents. Okay, so I just did it. See how well that went?
Yes.
And now it's not there.
Wow.
Black magic.
Wow.
So now
Gone forever.
I'm going to go to the main directory. And here's what Paul gets in trouble with.
Oh,
I'm going to go to the very top file drawer called Documents. I
Yeah.
didn't put that in any folder. I put it in Documents.
Yeah.
Very top level.
Yep.
And there it is,
Where? Oh,
right
And
there.
bottom.
yeah, the last folder on the right.
The last file in here is that document.
right.
Okay. So now let's say I really like it here, but I also would love to put it in the music folder because I'm going to write a song for it.
Okay.
But I don't want to lose it from here. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to do copy to.
Uh-huh.
So,
And
okay,
now I'm going to go all the way down to
music.
documents.
Oh,
All right. I did it wrong. Sorry. My bad.
You are in documents.
I know, I am. It was my fault, my mistake. Everybody's tired.
yeah.
So if you copy it and put it in several different folders, then your chances of ever finding it again are better.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, but here's the problem. I understand what you're saying, Bobby, but here's the problem with that. Is if it's something that you change, okay? So let's say you have a letter you're working on and you start it and you write it and you save it in documents, okay? And then you save it in music, and then you save it in sound recordings and Snagit, and which one? And then you want to go finish it. Which one do you open?
Yeah, you got to go to all 3 of them.
And
Right.
then you work on it a little bit and you go to save it again. And now you have 15 versions of the same file and you have no idea which one you really want to go get. So what I'm going to say is, and this is my fault, I'm sorry, I should have been clearer. When you do copy to, okay,
Yeah.
it's only going to show you the top of your file cabinet, I think. Hang on a second, because I think oh, I know what it's doing. So what it does when you click this is it shows you things you've used or places you've been most recently.
Oh,
It's not exactly the same as what's over here. Okay. So when you do copy to, what Microsoft Windows says is, oh, you must want to put it in these places because this is where you've been recently.
Mm,
Okay. And that can be frustrating because that may not be where you want to put it.
Right.
So do you see all the way down here in the bottom?
yeah,
what
It
does that
says
say?
choose location.
Oh, okay.
So rather than, now normally when you do this, they're going to have your most common folders right here. And you're going to be fine because you're not like me. You aren't making 5,000 folders and dealing with 500,000 files.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you're not going to have this big ass list, okay?
Yeah. okay.
Normally what you want is going to show up right here.
Mm,
For me, it's not because I don't want to put this in any of these things. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to choose location.
mm,
And then it actually gives me everything. It gives me the same thing that's over on the left. And I can say, oh, okay, well, here we go, documents. And I'll put this one in music. And I click copy.
Okay,
So now I have it here in documents, right? And I also have it here in music.
Okay.
Are you
Good.
still with me? All right, I know you're almost done. I'm going to go to music. Come on. I know my computer is really getting, it's like saying, leave me alone, Peggy.
Too many files.
So I have selected this and I don't want to make a song about it anymore. So I'm just going to go up here and I'm going to click my delete X. And now it's gone.
yep.
But let's say I want to move it as opposed to copying it. Okay, that's when I can do this and I can pick a place. Or
Okay.
I can click and drag.
Well, you don't want to do that, right?
I don't recommend click and drag because I think you guys have trouble controlling the mouse when you use it.
yes.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
this is a better way to go. But let's just say I'm going to put a new folder right here. Okay. So I'm going to make a new folder and I'm going to call it testing for class. Okay. Now let me do that again because I don't want you to miss something I did.
Oh,
Okay.
texting, is that what it says?
No, new folder. Okay.
Okay, yeah,
You see how the words new folder are blue?
right.
What does that mean?
Means that you can fill it in.
They've been selected. So if you start typing immediately, you will replace them. Okay, Mary, so if I start typing immediately, if I click over here in the white, this folder is now called new folder.
Right.
And you all have lots of new folders. So now I'm going to select new folder. Whoops. And I'm going to click right on the words. And I'm going to change what it's called.
Would
Now,
you, texting for class? Is that what
it's
that's?
testing, Tony, testing.
Okay, testing, okay.
Just a testing. So now I can easily select Grace, which is right next to it. And I can click and drag it right over there. That doesn't bother me because I know it's right there.
Oh, okay.
And so you may well be able on those occasions to do that. But Mary, when I have a file and I want to save the file, like last thing, Word document, okay? Let's hope I don't close another document I'm in the middle of working on. So I'm going to do a new document and I'm just going to type Okay? Any document. I don't care where you've made it, what program you're in, whether it's you took a picture, whatever it is, you always have to find the file menu, because remember, a document equals a file. So this document, in order to keep it, I have to save it as a file. So I go to File, and I have two choices. I've never saved this file before.
Okay.
So if I click Save, it asks me where.
Mhm.
It automatically goes to Save As, because it doesn't know where to put it, because I've never saved it.
Okay.
I'm going to pick Browse, and I'm just going to save it on my desktop.
Well, that's the easy one.
Yeah.
I'm doing that because I want to show you something. All right. So I'm going to save it. Okay. So now I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to go Save, and it's like it never happened, right? But it did. Okay. So now I'm going to do File, Save. Well, where did it save it?
In Paul's
Where you
computer.
save the original.
You said
Where I
desktop.
saved it the first time. So if I go to my desktop and I look, Testing for Class is here somewhere. Here it is,
Right up there, yeah.
right there. There's the file I saved. If I open it, it's got those same new additions that I put in.
Right.
Okay?
Yep.
Because it saved it the same place. But let's say I think my desktop is a stupid place to save this file. So I'm going to go to File, Save As. And now it says, oh, okay, you aren't sure where you want to save it. So tell me where. So first of all, I'm going to rename it. Okay. And I'm going to pick a folder, and none of these are it. All right. So you got to come down here, Mary, to Browse. And you see it opened up that same lovely window. And now I go to Documents. Come on, my computer is really giving me grief. And I can pick any folder in Documents I want. And I save it. File Save saves it the same place it saved it before. File Save As asks you where you want to save it.
Okay.
But why don't you say it's a new folder? Why do you save it in something you already have? It's a new folder.
No, not necessarily. All it is a new document, Paul. It may be a new document that I want to save with a bunch of other documents that I have.
Okay.
I don't need a new folder for every new document.
Okay.
So, but I could say new folder,
Yes.
and I could call it Paul's folder. Okay. And I'll say, well, all right, I'll save it there.
I see.
And
Yeah.
then I save it.
Okay.
Good. Now, where's the communal napping place?
We're all yawning,
Yeah, I know.
Well,
and some of us may be asleep. I have to see the picture first.
yeah, I just want to let you know, maybe you can try it out on your own computer on chat, why it did not save charm that you were giving us.
Okay. So here's what I think. I'm sorry. I went to change my fun and now it stopped me. But here's what I think, Paul. I think it saved it in Documents, but I think it saved it in a format that you didn't recognize. In other words, I think it's in your Documents, but I think it's here in this upper level folder with a strange and funny name.
So would he have to go in and look at each of those folders, or
No,
you search, right?
no, he's
No?
here. He's here. Okay, he's here in File Explorer at Documents, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Is there any way he can go into the most recent thing since it was just this morning?
Yes. So if you go to View, okay, and you go to Details, do you see that what you get right here is something called Date Modified?
Okay, and you can click on that
If
to,
I click on this, it gives me the most recently modified file.
okay.
If I click it again, it gives me the oldest modified file.
all right.
Okay, it just changes the order. So yes, Bobby, he could go and look in Documents and find a most recent. I don't know what format, when you save something from chat, Paul, I don't know what format it uses.
Yeah. Well, I looked everywhere, the last in and the first in, and there was nothing anywhere. So maybe it changed the name of something. I don't know.
I'm not sure. Well, I think it doesn't matter at this point, but what I will do
Details.
is send, let me think about the best way to do this. Let me stop sharing.
My eyes are glazing over.
I understand. You have a great rest of the day.
Same to you. I looked too long in that blooming computer thing.
Understood, babe.
Thank you,
Understood.
Peggy. Appreciate everything you do.
All right, honey. If you, Paul, if you open Edge
Yeah.
and
well,
in the Google search bar, you put charm. No. that
no,
was-
I'm in Zoom. I can't do that.
No, honey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean like do that right now. I
Oh,
meant when you open Edge,
okay.
put charm in your search bar. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe the first thing that will come up,
Yeah.
the Center for Hard to Recycle Materials.
Oh, okay.
And then you just click on it and you are there,
Right.
almost.
Okay. I just was wondering, where the heck it put it. And
Yeah, I know. And it's hard for me to be able to answer that question
yeah, well,
without watching it happen.
Oh.
So it's very much here. Let me do this really fast. Charm is part of a site that the city of Atlanta has developed called Live Thrive. So it's Live Thrive Atlanta. Do you see that there?
well,
So livethrive.org
okay,
/charm.
that's charm. Yeah.
And
Well-
it brings you right here. And this is where they'll tell you what they accept, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
The only difference right now is you've got a call.
Okay, it's no problem. My problem was that as often before, I put save documents, save,
Drink some
and it
water.
disappears. It's not there.
I
And this
know.
has happened over and over and over.
Oh.
So I put things on desktop. Then I can find them.
Yeah, Beth?
I have a quick question. On the list, when you go to File Explorer, at the top, there's quick access, and at the bottom, there's my PC. What is the difference?
Yeah.
Okay. Oops. So when you're in File Explorer, they've added this quick access because they think they're being helpful. And all it is the places you've been most recently. It's that simple. I've been in desktop, downloads, documents, pictures, because you've seen me click all those. And I was in all these folders before, these two folders before we met. And these two I was in while we had class. That's all it is. They assume that if you've been here most recently, you want to have access to those things handiest. So they stick them up in quick access. These
So
two things are my things. Creative Cloud is an Adobe thing. Dropbox is only if you've integrated Dropbox in, if you've got the desktop version, it integrates right into Windows File Explorer, which is why I really like it. So I have here everything that's on Dropbox for me, and I can access it like I access everything else that's on my computer, even though it's really in the cloud. And then this is just my PC. Does that help?
Well, so what's in my PC then?
The PC tells you every single thing on your PC.
Okay,
It
so
tells you your desktop, it tells you this is your C drive.
it's just duplicating what's on top plus some more stuff?
No, what's on top is not everything in your PC.
Right, but I'm saying it has all of that plus more?
What's at the top is just a bunch of bagoka. It is nothing. It is useless. It's just Microsoft Windows saying, here, you used this 5 minutes ago. You must want it now. That is all it is. Period. Nothing more.
Okay.
They're saying, oh, here, let us help you because we love helping you. You were here 5 minutes ago. You must want to go back here, right? That's exactly what quick access is.
All right.
This PC is the setup of your entire computer. It
Okay.
tells me documents, downloads, music, pictures, and videos because it thinks I'll use those most often. But all those are on your C drive. If
Okay.
I click on Windows C, all those things are here. All right. So all it's doing is organizing everything you have. If you have an external hard drive, it's going to show up here. If you put in a jump drive, it's going to show up here. If you have a DVD, it's going to show up here. A scanner. So what this PC does is tells you what's on your hard drive and everything else that's attached to your PC.
Okay, that helps.
Thank you, Peggy.
You're welcome, Paul.
Well, I tell you, we went through a lot, but very informative, Peggy.
I'm glad I hope it was helpful. And Paul, I'm sorry your eyes are exploding.
I learned some new things
Yeah,
Good for you. I'm
Yeah.
glad.
Yeah,
with my Apple. I have an Apple, but that's okay.
Well, in the next week is our last Windows week. And then we have 4 weeks where we're doing Apple. And I'm going to be talking about iPads, iPhones, and a tiny little bit about iMacs.
Okay, great.
okay,
Thanks.
guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye. See you later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Go to sleep, Mimi.
Yeah, I'm
We're
half
going to take
asleep.
a nap now. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Let's see.
I had a question. How is Mimi, is she working on 2 different devices that she could be working at the same time that she's Zooming?
I'm confused.
I thought that she was working on her.
Yes,
PC at the
because
same
she
time.
uses her iPad for Zoom,
Mhm.
but we're doing Windows, so I'm sure she's got her computer open.
She's got 2 different things. She can't do it. She can't split screen and Zoom and something else.
She can, she just doesn't know she can.
Oh,
You can. I do it all the time. You can have Zoom up, go to something else on your desktop and go back to Zoom. But that's the back and forth that we talked about, you know, like it's there at the bottom. It never goes away. It's always there. Even if you click somewhere else on your desktop and you open Chrome and then you finish with Chrome and you want to go back to Zoom, all you have to do is find that icon on your taskbar, click on the pictures, and you're back to Zoom. So you can go back and forth, but it just takes some practice to
Yeah.
learn how to do
And
it.
it wouldn't be a split screen.
No. Yes and no.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Seems to me.
no, I do split screen. Like I have the two of us up on the left and I have File Explorer up on the right. But
Yeah.
I can't do split screen when I'm showing my screen. That's when it gets a little tricky.
Okay. Something like you can do, but I can't. So at this,
No, you can do
point-
split.
at
No,
this point in my life, I can't.
no, you can do split screen real easy. You just, and this is something we haven't done, you just have to learn how to take a window, get your cursor on the top bar, click and drag it all the way over to the side. And then the Zoom window is over here on the side. And on the other side, you can do anything you want. But it just takes some practice.
Yeah. Yeah. That's grade 2 and I'm in kindergarten.
Yeah. You're better than kindergarten. Don't worry.
Anyway, thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
It did help to have it recorded last week because I did go back and figure out what you were
Good.
saying.
Thank you for reminding me. I have a hard time remembering.
Well, I hated to interrupt, but I thought,
No, I'm glad you did.
yeah, okay.
I'm glad you did. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.